Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here. And I'm going to do a collective reading. If you are interested in a personal reading, astrology, or tarot, my information is down below. Let's begin. This is general, so the message may or may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. I can't remember who it was, but I heard somebody making fun of that. If it doesn't resonate, blah, blah, but it's fucking true. Like, I might not be for you, and that is okay. But we all do say it. All right. So this is going to be a tap into the collective. You can be anywhere in the reading. So, and be mindful if you see numbers or an animal, or if something in the reading makes you think like of something specifically geared towards you. I am asking while I'm shuffling for your guides to bring you direct messages as well. So Page of Swords. We're information finding, collecting, gathering information, learning new things. Page of Swords can be messages, communicating with people. It can also be petty, gossip, whether we're gossiping or being gossiped about. It's a childlike energy, so they're in the highest aspect. It's speaking our mind, being free to speak our mind, but in a childlike, innocent kind of way. I always describe that card as like the kid who makes a statement or asks a question that adults think are rude, but they're not saying it in a mean-spirited way. It's said in an innocent and genuine way. But, you know, speaking our mind, but not in the interest of being spiteful, which can be the lower side of it. The crossing card, because I want to do, and I got 3 of them. So this is the challenge. What is presenting a challenge? Ace of Swords, the Star, and the Page of Pentacles. Ace of Swords, clear thinking, breakthrough. Swords are the sword of truth. A new mindset. And the Star is hope. So thinking in a new way may be presenting a challenge. Maybe as the Page of Swords, we've learned something or we have new information. And bringing that into reality or speaking it out is proving difficult. Having hope is presenting a challenge. And the Page of Pentacles is bringing this into like the earthly realm. Pentacles are earth energy. So transcribing our new ideas or our new way of thinking into reality might be proving difficult or presenting a challenge. The pages are, again, are childlike energy. So we might be feeling, I call it sometimes imposter syndrome, or feeling inadequate, or feeling insecure about the new things that we're learning and trying. We don't know everything. I remember when I first started learning astrology, I realized how deep it went and how much further I could learn. So I had a very Page of Swords moment at one point where I was like, this is so much. And then I wrapped my head around how so much it was and was encouraged again to keep going in learning, right? Because I still knew a lot and there's always a lot more to know. This is something like that. We might be coming to a point with that. The subconscious card, we have the Tower. And with the Tower card, things are crumbling. And with it in the subconscious, we might not even be aware that they're crumbling or what exactly is crumbling. The Tower is anything with a faulty foundation coming down. So it could feel like we're in a mess, that maybe we're surrounded by a mess and we're not quite sure even what is messy. Oh, that's kind of funny. Like we don't even know how, there's a reason that we don't know how to hold anything up, because that could be in our nature, is to try to prop up something, right? Like I'm thinking, I used to have panic attacks. One thing that I would learn is I wanted to put my hand on something. It often felt like I was floating around, not being able to, not being on solid ground. And so it would be helpful to me to like put my hand on a table, to pinch myself, they say to eat something. So we could be feeling ungrounded. And that Page of Pentacles as well, that's earth energy. So ground yourself, go out and touch the ground, hug a tree. Things are coming undone. In the recent past, we have the Magician. The Magician is creating our own reality. The Alchemist, putting things together, realizing that we have all of the tools to make things happen, and that our thoughts and our mind and our heart energy are integral in that process. So if we're doing one thing, but thinking and convincing ourselves of the opposite, we're working against ourselves. But maybe we have manifested change, and that change is coming about, and it could look ugly. That's something that I've learned, that the Tower card is followed by the Star card. And that's because once things with a faulty foundation crumble, they get, there is a rebuilding that happens, but there is that fearful place where, whoa, what have I done? Okay, what do we know? What is our intention? Six of Wands. Recognition. We know what we have, how far we've gone, how far we've come. The Six of Wands is, we're not at the 10 yet. We're not at the end of a process, but it's acknowledging how far in a process have we come. Have we been supported in efforts before? Remember our past accomplishments and how it might have been chaotic or messy before that accomplishment happened. Recognize that when we are moving towards an end goal, things don't always look the way that we thought the process might look different, but trusting I've accomplished things before, and it's not an easy process, but I have gotten there. So acknowledge how far you've come, how hard you've worked. Oh, wow. In the future, we have 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is, again, we have Pentacles, earth energy. We're making things happen. This is legacy, looking at the bigger picture, long-term success. zoom up in your helicopter, look at the long lifespan that you have. If you're watching me, you've had some sort of a length of a lifespan, and recognize again, there's that long term, and this is coming up in the future. We may not be seeing the fruits of our labors immediately, but it's necessary for us to be like, there are ups and downs in every process, and that's where we are. All right. Eight of Wands. So with the Eight of Wands, this is coming out as the advice card. I always say when the wands are thrown, we don't grab them back out of the air and rethrow them again. We have launched things. It can often mean messages going back and forth, lots of activity, things are very busy. We don't want to be like, never mind. I don't want that. You know, if we have initiated change or initiated something, we continue with the process, but this isn't necessarily a new action card. This is where things are culminating, manifesting, they're up in the air, there are certain unknowns, but things have been launched. So we don't want to relaunch them or do the forget it thing. It's not working out. Things just haven't landed. How are we seeing one another? That one really wants to jump out. We're seeing one another as jumpy. The Strength card. Be encouraged. Encourage others. Be with people who encourage you. The Strength card is a card of grace. Strength through grace. She's not wrestling the lion. She's not strong arming, not forcing our way through things, but moving forward in a way that is deliberate and at peace and calm. Take a deep breath before you respond. Hopes and fears. Hopes and fears, I love this. We have the King of Cups. Cups are our emotions, and the kings are the masculine energy of speaking our emotions. The masculine is yang energy. It goes outward, it projects. So we're both hopeful and afraid of sharing our emotions with the outer world in a masterful way. The queen and the kings have mastered the masculine and feminine sides of that element. So this is water energy, but this is really being transparent and open about how we feel. And the Sun card in the hopes and fear spot, there's again this, we're afraid to be optimistic. The Sun is an optimistic card. The Sun also shines light on things, and maybe we're not prepared to have light shown on certain things, which is funny because these readings are always timeless, but the eclipse is coming up on the 5th, this lunar eclipse in Scorpio. So eclipses always reveal things or provide new information. So, and specifically in Scorpio, we could be looking at secrets, things that we aren't necessarily ready to have light shown on. So we're both hopeful of and afraid of that, that optimism and the lights being on. I don't know why I just thought, but it's like when people are doing what they do in the bedroom, you have the people who are like cool with the lights on and people who are not, but the lights are being like flipped on, and that could be something, but there's always a good thing after that. I don't know. I just love talking about rehab. I think everybody should go to rehab because there's something about spending some time taking a good hard look at yourself. and an honest one, which is what people in rehab have to do. So I always say I'm grateful that I was addicted to something like alcohol that required intense inner work like that, because people have plenty of addictions, and they're not only related to drugs and alcohol, those are just very harmful to your health and to other people. But this is, are we prepared to take a good hard look at ourselves? And no matter how prepared you are, it can be jarring. But I wanted to point out too, the star card again, it's this, there is hope, and the star card comes after the tower. I think with the tower card being in the subconscious, it's just like, what the fuck is falling apart? We don't even know. And that can be very disorienting. All right, what is the final card? We're looking at long-term fulfillment. The final card, Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, that's really funny, is indecision, being unsure what to do, feeling emotionally drawn toward different things, not knowing what the outcomes might be. Both the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Cups, which is coming out as the advice card, are a let things come to fruition. That both of those cards mean it's not time to act in haste. Don't choose in fear. Don't act out of fear. We want to wait and see what is before we make any decisions. We want to see what we are deciding on. We don't want to predict the future here, which is a funny thing for a tarot reader to say. I don't predict the future. That's what I tell people. But it's time to master ourselves, master our own emotions. Can we remain realistic and yet positive? Can we manifest without an attachment to a specific outcome? This is also a bit of, don't escape. Don't, it's like we're confused right now. Let's not further confuse ourselves with drugs or alcohol or anything like that. And in fact, that could be something that maybe some people are looking at as their use of escape tactics. And even if it's shopping or eating or whatever. Let's see. I'm gonna do one of these. Serendipity. Look for signs. Look for signs, look for synchronicities, listen carefully, be very observant. I remember when my brother died, I was seeing all kinds of signs, and I was with my husband, and he said, you just notice everything. And the way I got there was by not responding to the world. And this is not, I have not perfected this, but I have become very, at least aware of the process. When I react out of emotion or react to everything around me, then I'm in this position, and I get here sometimes where I'm just reacting, and I have no forward momentum where I'm out ahead of the reactions, where I can create going outward if I stay in that place of responding. So take a moment to step back, and whether that's 5 minutes of quiet time or just deep breaths throughout the day, whatever you can do to reorient yourself in the present, in the ever elusive now, so that you are standing and proceeding forward instead of just, I'm like, see, I'm seeing someone walk like they're playing the, is it called limbo? But just walking like this, where you're reacting as opposed to walking, standing up, prepared for moving towards something. Anyway, I hope you have a great day on Earth. Again, if you have any questions or feedback or would like a personal reading, my information is below. I hope you have a great day on Earth. I think I said that already, but I mean it twice as much. Love you. Peace. Namaste.